story is created by Rajeev Vashista for the Freedom for Eternity channel. Before we begin, if you enjoy meaningful stories like this, please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and support the channel. In the previous part of the story, Peter and Anand encountered a mysterious young boy who shared a powerful idea with them. That spirituality is not merely about rituals, prayers, or religious practices, but a journey within. According to him, the real obstacles on their spiritual path were not outside them, not in the world, and not even in temples or churches. The real enemy was within them. But now an important question arises. Is simply knowing this truth enough? Or must we also act upon this understanding and face the enemy within ourselves? As Peter and Anand continue their search for answers, their journey becomes even more challenging and deeply personal. In part 3 of Progress on Spiritual Journey, Story of Peter and Anand, we will see how their understanding begins to unfold and how life continues to test them in unexpected ways. So let us dive into the next chapter of their journey.
Progress on Spiritual Journey, Story of Peter and Anand, Part 3. Can the enemy within become a friend? When Peter and Anand returned to their respective homes that evening, their minds were filled with a storm of thoughts. The words of the young boy from the park kept echoing again and again. The enemy is within you. Both of them lay awake that night, staring at the ceiling, asking themselves the same questions. Was the spiritual journey really this simple? Was correcting oneself the only thing required? Did we really have a choice in every situation? If that was true, then why did it feel so difficult? Peter kept turning on his bed. If the enemy is inside me, then why can't I control it, he thought. Across the city, Anand was sitting quietly in his room. His mind was replaying the same question. If we truly have a choice, why do we keep reacting without thinking? Both of them wanted validation. But from whom? The priest had suggested rituals. The temple priest had suggested scriptures. But neither answer had touched the real confusion inside them. And now, strangely, the words of a simple boy in a park were shaking their entire understanding of spirituality.
Peter's encounter.
A few days later, Peter went to the market to buy groceries. As he walked through the crowded street, something caught his attention. It was the same little boy from the church service. The same boy whom Peter had shouted at. The same boy he had insulted in anger. The boy was walking happily with his parents. Peter's heart suddenly became heavy. Shame rose within him. A wave of anger toward himself followed. How could I behave like that with a child, he thought. His mood darkened instantly. He tried to walk past them quietly. But the boy noticed him. Hey, uncle. The boy's face lit up with a cheerful smile. Peter stopped. Hello, Peter. The boy's parents greeted him warmly. Peter was stunned. How could they greet him so normally? How could they forget what had happened? Peter struggled to speak. Hello, he finally replied, his voice weak and trembling. How are you, Peter uncle? The boy asked happily. That innocent tone broke something inside Peter. His eyes filled with tears. He wanted to run away. He wanted to go home and cry. But instead, he stood there quietly and gently placed his hand on the boy's head. I am so sorry for that day, Peter said softly. I should never have behaved like that. His voice carried deep regret. The boy's father smiled gently and patted Peter on the back. Never mind, Peter. We all have our bad days. Then they walked away. Peter stood there for several minutes, completely stunned. He had expected anger. He had expected resentment. Instead, he received kindness. It felt unbelievable. And then suddenly, Peter heard a familiar voice. They chose to react that way. We always have a choice. Peter quickly looked around. It was the same voice. The voice of the young boy from the park. But there was no one nearby. Yet strangely, Peter felt a deep calmness spreading within him. He took a deep breath and quietly continued toward the market.
Anand's encounter. That same evening, Anand was returning home from work. As he walked through the street, he suddenly saw someone familiar. It was the same fruit vendor. The man with whom Anand had fought bitterly a few days ago. Guilt rose inside him immediately. Anand wanted to walk away. He didn't know how to face the man. Just then his phone rang. He had no choice but to stop and answer the call. Unfortunately, he had stopped right beside the vendor's stall. As Anand spoke on the phone, he noticed the vendor looking at him. But something was different. The vendor was smiling. After Anand finished the call and put his phone away, the vendor spoke. "Sorry sir, that day I was going through a lot. I don't know why I got carried away and started arguing with you." Anand froze. He had not expected this. His heart suddenly became heavy with emotion. Without thinking, Anand spoke. "No, I am sorry, brother. I should not have spoken those words. Your price was fair. I should have negotiated calmly like a normal customer." Both men looked at each other quietly. Then the vendor started packing fruits. "Brother, please, no," Anand protested. But the vendor handed him the packet anyway. When Anand tried to pay, the vendor refused. "Take this as a token of affection from your brother." Anand's eyes filled with tears. Without hesitation, he hugged the vendor tightly. In that moment something melted inside him. And then Anand heard a voice again. "See the joy of love and affection. Can anger ever give you this freedom?" The voice was familiar. It was the same voice of the young boy from the park. Anand quickly looked around. There was no one there. "What are you looking for, brother?" the vendor asked. "Nothing," Anand said softly. "Thank you so much. I will never repeat my actions again." He patted the vendor's hand and walked away. His heart felt strangely light.
The silent night.
That night both Peter and Anand stayed awake for hours. Something inside them felt different. There was a quiet calmness within them. But also confusion. It was as if something deep inside their hearts was slowly waking up.
The enemy returns.
But the journey was far from over. A few days later, Peter received another call from a credit card company. It was the 10th call that day. He had already cut many calls. Finally, anger exploded. Peter answered the call and began shouting. He used harsh words, abusive language. The person on the other side remained polite and apologetic. But that only made Peter more furious. Eventually the caller disconnected. After the call ended, Peter looked at himself. His body was shaking. His heart was pounding rapidly. His mind was full of angry thoughts. He sat down slowly. Tears filled his eyes. Yes, he was doing his job, Peter whispered to himself. I had no reason to behave like that. He felt ashamed. He felt defeated. Maybe I am becoming worse, he thought. He wished to hear the calm voice of the boy from the park. But there was only silence.
Anand's collapse. At the same time, Anand was also struggling. His mind was repeating something he was trying to ignore. Suddenly his mother called him from the other room. Without warning, Anand exploded. He began shouting angrily. He vented all his frustration and fear on her. His mother stood there in shock. She had never seen him like this. For several minutes Anand kept speaking angrily without even realizing what he was saying. Then suddenly he stopped. Silence filled the room. His mother looked at him with disbelief. What has gotten into you, Anand? Anand had no answer. He ran to his room and locked the door. He didn't even know why he had shouted at her. Tears streamed down his face. He felt helpless. He wanted someone to comfort him. He wanted to hear the voice of the boy again. But nothing happened. After crying for a long time, Anand lay on his bed staring at the ceiling. Sleep would not come. Only darkness surrounded him. The darkest night. Across the city, Peter was also awake. Both men were facing the darkest night of their lives. Their spiritual journey had become more confusing than ever. The enemy within them had not disappeared. In fact, it seemed stronger than ever. And yet somewhere deep inside their hearts, a faint whisper remained. Perhaps the real journey had only just begun.
To be continued, Part 4, Meeting the Enemy Within.
And now, as we come to the end of Part 3, can the enemy within become a friend? It is perhaps the right moment to pause and ask ourselves a simple but honest question. Doesn't this happen with us too? Many times, we already know that our reactions are out of proportion. We know that our anger, fear, jealousy, or frustration is unnecessary. Yet in that moment, we still react. We still lose control, and later, we regret it. So what should we do? Should we simply accept that this is our nature and surrender to our destiny? Or is there a way to understand and transform the enemy within us? Peter and Anand are now standing at that very crossroads in their journey. In the final part of the story, Meeting the Enemy Within, we will explore whether it is truly possible to face that inner enemy and perhaps even turn it into a friend. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. If this story resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share, and comment with your thoughts. This video was created by Rajeev Vashista for the Freedom for Eternity channel.